Happy Thursday, everybody. Today in Daily Reading Ready, we're going to return to our play about Grandparents' Day. And so we read through yesterday and we learned that our story was about a little girl named Hope who was hoping that her grandparents would show up for Grandparents' Day. So your text evidence colors today go back to red and orange. So question 1 says, why does the playwright include a narrator in this play? Remember, the purpose of a narrator is to share with us like the behind the scenes, the thoughts and actions. Because remember, a play is being performed on stage. So the benefit of reading a book is we're kind of in the characters' heads. We know what they're thinking. We know what they're doing. When they're performing it on a play, however, we're not going to know that information. It's not like a little thought cloud pops out and tells us. So keep that in mind for question 1. Let's take a look. A, to give the audience details about the characters' thoughts and actions in the drama. Well, that sounds almost exactly like what Miss Moore just said, but let's keep looking. B, to assist the main character in figuring out how to solve a problem. No, the narrator never came into the story and talked to Hope. C, to help the audience understand the time of year. No, the title kind of let us know that. D, to make the main character's conflict seem more suspenseful. Well, her conflict is kind of with her own self, just hoping that her grandparents would show up. But it really didn't do that either, our narrator's part. So our best answer for number 1 is going to be A. So as far as text evidence goes, that's basically because we know that answer because we know the definition of and purpose of a narrator. So just wherever it says narrator, I want you just to underline that in red for your evidence. All right, take a look at number 2. Hope fidgets with her fingers at the beginning of the drama because she A, believes that her grandparents don't love her. B, thinks her grandparents may not show up for lunch. C, wants her teacher to call her Nana and Pap to see if they're coming. D, knows her grandparents will show up. Okay, so when somebody's fidgeting with their fingers, they're messing with their fingers. Sometimes you might see kids like picking at their fingernails. And typically when a character is doing that, that's a way to show that they're nervous or anxious about something. So based on that, pause. Remember back a few years ago when those little things, fidget spinners, were popular? That was like to give kids something to do. And it totally took off in a different direction. But the intended purpose was that kids would have something to do under their desk quietly so they weren't tapping a pencil or making noise to disrupt other students. Then they almost became an entire distraction themselves. Okay, back to the story. Got carried away with my schema there. So, do you think it was because she didn't think her grandparents loved her? Nah, I don't think so. She thought that she wouldn't have even invited them, right? Her grandparents may not show up. Well, I mean, the narrator clearly tells us in paragraph 1, she waited to see if her grandparents would show up. She had been looking forward to this for a while, but she wasn't even sure her mother remembered to tell them. So that's looking real promising. Let's keep looking. C, wants her teacher to call her Nana and Pap to see if they're coming. Never even happens. D, knows her grandparents will show up. If she knew they would show up, do you think she would be nervous, fidgeting? No. So our best answer for number 2 is B. Let's take a look at your exit ticket. How does the main character feel at the end of the play? And how can you tell? Okay, I want you to reread paragraph 3. Answer that in the comments on YouTube. One thing about the comments, you are going to have an account to comment. So some students are using their parents' accounts. Some students are using older siblings, that's all fine. Just go ahead and look at what's happening right here. I never get a moment's peace, guys. Okay, so I'm looking forward to y'all's comments. Have a good day.